Hey, it's me again. I just wanted to give an update about Invisalign with missing teeth. I'm in slow moving traffic and I realize it's been a while since I've done one. So I am currently in week 23 or tray 23. It's not necessarily week 23. But if this is your first time watching one of my videos, let me just recap. I had braces growing up and I inherited a missing tooth, and when I had braces, the orthodontist was supposed to make a space big enough for an implant. In fact, he made the space big enough for an implant within my teeth, but when I was ready to get that implant, they did an x-ray at the dental implant place, whatever that's called, and realized that my roots from the two teeth on either side of the hole were touching. So if they drilled an implant up through there, then it would kill the other two teeth roots. So after wearing removables and getting a permanent Maryland bridge tooth that eventually broke, I decided probably 15 years later to go ahead and try braces again. I am an adult. I'll be 35 next month, and I'm also a high school teacher, so I didn't want braces if I could help it, but I was willing to do it if Invisalign couldn't make the move that needed to move. The orthodontist, I went to an orthodontist one time and he said that Invisalign could not make, and it's this tooth, it could not make the roots shift back towards the back of my mouth. They just weren't strong enough. That's not what they were made to do. And he suggested traditional braces. Of course, I didn't like that suggestion. So a couple months later, I finally went to another orthodontist and he said, he's confident that it'll make it move, but if for some reason that it doesn't, when it's all said and done, he will get me braces free of charge. So here I am in I keep saying week, and the reason why it's not really week 23 is because sometimes I'll change them 4 days after wearing 4 days, 5 days. Sometimes I'll wait 7 days. But I'm on tray 23 and I get tray 24 Monday. And I will say that I have definitely noticed my teeth have moved. I've noticed it the most on my bottom teeth because they were kind of leaning inward. They look straight, but when you look in my mouth downward, you could tell that they were all leaning inward. So they have popped back out straight. I can tell a little bit of movement on my top teeth, but again, that's where they knew it was going to take time to kind of get this canine back up, and my front teeth were actually not centered with my nose, and so I have noticed that they have started to shift over. But the whole thing I'm making this video for is because I didn't see very many videos on YouTube about Invisalign with people who are missing teeth. And I just want to say that after I got through the wax fiasco and they finally put some material that looks like an actual tooth in there, I'm a lot more confident wearing the Invisalign. Of course, I have to take them out to eat. I will say that I did start back to work since I've had them, and we went out to lunch as a department, and I wasn't comfortable taking them out just because I knew there'd be a lot of talking, and so I left them in to eat that time, and it wasn't horrible. I mean, the main thing is food getting stuck like in the top of the trays, and so I had a little bit of that happen, but I made sure I had my toothbrush with me. And I went immediately after I was finished eating, and I tried not to smile a lot. So it is possible to have a meal with the Invisalign in. Of course, they don't recommend you do it all the time. And you want to pick and choose your meals wisely. We went to a Mexican restaurant, and for some reason I thought eating chips would be okay, which in general it was, but there were some crumbs of the chips that got stuck in the top of the trays, and I felt like people could see that. Of course, I'm hypersensitive and paranoid about my teeth anyways. I've always been that way. But that's just an update. They're definitely working. I couldn't tell you if they're working faster or slower than normal braces, but I will say that for the most part they're not uncomfortable to wear. There have been a few times where I'll put in a new tray and I'll be really sore that first day and going into the second day, but usually that's it. And I like soreness because that tells me that they're working. So if you have a missing tooth and you're thinking about Invisalign, again, this is my fake tooth. So far so good, and thanks for watching.